It's 4th down and 10. Less than a minute to go. Bottom of the ninth, down 2 runs. Down 5, needing a 3-pointer and a foul. The crowd is so loud you can't even think. And that's what the opposing team faces when they are up against the Golden Tigers or Tigerettes. Hello, my name is Jagady Colbert, and it is my distinct pleasure to be your master of ceremonies this evening for this auspicious occasion. Tuskegee University's Department of Athletics Annual Awards Banquet, where we are, as usual, honoring excellence. We have a ways to go, so we're going to jump right in it and follow our programming as written. Coming to us with welcome and the occasion is none other than Ms. Shantae Warner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2016 Tuskegee University Athletic Banquet. I am Shantae Warner, current president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. We are delighted to have you here tonight and celebrate and recognize the accomplishments and achievements of our student athletes. Student athletes have played a significant role in the history of Tuskegee University. Our athletic legacy extends far and wide, including an Olympic gold medalist, professional athletes, and record-breaking teams and coaches. We hold our colors with pride and want you to know how great it is to be a Tuskegee University Golden Tiger. I invite you all at this time to join me in acknowledging all players, coaches, and athletic staff members for all the hard work this season. Let's give them a hand. For the seniors, myself included, this night is especially dear to us. I hope that the memories of this evening and the experiences at Tuskegee University will motivate and inspire you to continue the trajectory towards greatness as a student athlete and beyond. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you so very much for that warm welcome. Now, coming to us within his own way, bringing us trajectory and traditional greetings and anything else he would like to say, the 7th president of Tuskegee University, Dr. Bryant L. Johnson.
Good evening. Good evening, Golden Tigers. Good evening to our athletes. Good evening to our faculty, our staff, and our students. And good evening also to all of our coaches, persons who assist with our athletic teams, the athletic director, and all visitors who are in attendance. It is my honor to greet you on this evening. I will not take much of your time because you are here to be honored and you are here to be served. I'm particularly delighted to know that Trustee Jonathan Porter will be giving remarks to you on tonight, a fellow not only athletic letterman, but nearly 20 years after a successful businessman, a successful corporate executive, which I think is to be the highest honor beyond all honors in some respects and regards. But I do know that many of the accomplishments that he would have attained to that he's going to talk about certainly came from his work on the gridiron on the football fields of Tuskegee University. But all the same, I'd like to welcome you again on tonight and look forward to an evening where you are honored and celebrated for the wonderful achievements that you represent Tuskegee in and off of the field. Thank you very kindly.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. And now they say the word says that prayer changes things, and that is very true. Now coming to us with prayer, Evelyn Williams.
Please bow your head for prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you as humble as we know how, asking you to bless each athlete, coach, and staff. We thank you for our wonderful seasons and ask you that when we leave Tuskegee University, we become even more successful. Please instill in us the determination, perseverance, and dedication to push through every obstacle, trial, and tribulation. Lord, we thank you for the food that we're about to receive and bless the full nourishment of our bodies. Lord, we ask that when we leave this place, that we make it to our destination safely and continue to grow into the people that you want us to be. Amen. Amen.
Thank you for that lovely prayer. I would be remiss if I did not remind all of the professionals within the banquet hall to please put your phone on silent and/or off, which would be wonderful. And now, before we have our dinner, I would like to say very quickly, could you please do this one round of applause instead of a moment of silence for a previous mistress of ceremony, Miss Barbara Howard, please. Thank you very much. Now, as the programming states, we are having dinner now. Dinner is served, and I have been instructed to have certain places to start to get their food first so that everyone can be in an orderly fashion. Let's start it here, one or two here, one or two there, and we go that way. Also, the head table is going to be first. The head table will be first. And we'll see you on the other side of dinner. And the coaches, you come right after the head table here. Thank you. How was dinner? Everyone enjoyed your dinner? Great. Okay, we have a long road to travel, and we are about to get back onto the road right now, honoring our excellence here at Tuskegee University. Next, we have the introduction of tonight's speaker. And the person who is going to introduce our speaker is none other than Ms. Rachel Brownlee. Receive her, please.
Good evening, everyone. I serve as Senator and Secretary for the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and I have the privilege tonight of introducing tonight's guest speaker, Mr. Jonathan Porter. He is a native of Bessemer, Alabama, married to Kima Porter and father of two daughters, Layla and Kaylin. He currently serves as Vice President of Birmingham's Division of Alabama Power and serves more than 430,000 customers. He has worked as an underwriting analyst at Protective Life Corporation and manager at Inroads Incorporated. Mr. Porter currently serves on the Board of Trustees at Tuskegee University and is a member of Newcomen Society of Alabama. He has been featured in Who's Who in Black Alabama and was recognized as a top 40 under 40 by Birmingham Business Journal. He graduated cum laude from Tuskegee University with a bachelor's in business administration and received his master's from the University of Alabama at Birmingham in business administration as well. While at Tuskegee University, he was a 4-year letterman in football and was an all-conference scholar athlete. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Jonathan Porter.
Good evening. I promise to be brief because just 21 years ago, I'm going to try not to sound like the old guy in the room now, but just 21 years ago, I was sitting in the very chairs that you all were at my senior year at Tuskegee, which was 95, at my athletic banquet. So I know how it is between dinner and the awards, so I'll promise to be brief here, maybe 10 or 12 minutes or so. But first, I would just like to acknowledge President Johnson, the coaches, faculty, and staff that are here. I particularly want to recognize my family member who came as my guest tonight from Montgomery, my uncle, Mr. Leo Allen. He's been more of a father to me than my own father, and I also want to recognize him because he also is a Tuskegee grad. In 2013, he was inducted into the Tuskegee Athletic Hall of Fame. He was the first All-American wide receiver that Tuskegee had, and he was drafted in 1972 by the Oakland Raiders. So he's always been a role model for me, so I just wanted to recognize him. But again, I just want to thank you all for allowing me to be here tonight. And again, I promise to be brief. I have my phone up here. It's 8 o'clock. I ask that these gentlemen snatch me if I'm up here past 8:15. Is that okay with y'all? All right, well, good deal. Well, let me tell you, as a Tuskegee alum and also a former athlete myself, like I said 20 plus years ago, it is truly an honor for me to be here tonight, and I want to congratulate each of you on your accomplishments. I'm encouraged to see that the commitment to excellence in both academics and athletics that was instilled in me years ago, you all will continue to honor that and honor the university that we all hold very, very dear. As mentioned, I'm a trustee on the board here, and I will tell you every time that I come on campus, I'm quickly reminded here of my time at Tuskegee. Tuskegee is very special to me. Both my parents went to Tuskegee. I was born in John Andrews, now it's the Student Health Center. So I guess you could say I was kind of destined to come to Tuskegee. But I'm quickly reminded of my time here that I spent both on and off the field. I'm reminded of the countless hours of practice, the training, the hard work, sacrifices that we as student athletes make to strive for our dreams. So I want to ask you all a question. You know, what got you here tonight? And think about what has the road been to this night? What does that road look like for you? You know, as I look across the room, there are many athletes that are represented here tonight that represent different sports, different goals, and different dreams. You all have different talents, different skill sets, your training, your practice schedule, the things that you need to prioritize yourself to be the best athletes can all be varied. But the way you compete, your role on the team, and all these things differ in each of one of you that is sitting here tonight. But I submit to you that despite these differences, we as student athletes are united by the things that we share. Things that don't change from sport to sport or from generation to generation. Things that have brought you here tonight as a successful athlete and also leaders. Those things, as we all know, dedication, strength, endurance, and hard work. It takes heart, motivation, and commitment for us to excel. It's showing up for practice when you don't know if you can run another mile, another gasher, or lift another weight. It's the extra mile, the extra practice, the extra play. Setting goals and the sacrifice and pushing yourself to achieve those goals. Now, I think we all would agree that these are things that are successful to set athletes apart. But it's also those very things that will set you apart in your career after athletics as you build your future. Remember when I asked you to kind of think back on your journey and what got you here? Well, mine, as many of yours, started when I was a young man and 3 years old. My mother brought me a football uniform, and it just so happened to be the Dallas Cowboys. And so I thought I was Tony Dorsett. From the time I played Pee Wee League ball all the way up through high school and college, 33 was the only number that I ever wore. I played a lot of different sports, as many of y'all did, but football was my passion. My football career continued into high school. As mentioned, I'm from Bessemer, Alabama. How many folks from Birmingham? Any folks from Birmingham in here? Well, you know about Bessemer, that's all I'm gonna say. We do not claim Birmingham, we are from Bessemer. but I went to Justin Is, now Bessemer City High School. Had the opportunity in 1990 to win the 6A state championship. Also played in the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game in 1991. So I was a good athlete, left high school, bench at 385, state championship. But the recruit game for me was very similar to probably what some of you all experienced. When it came down to getting final offers and scholarships, I was told many things. Some of the same things that maybe you all can relate to. That I was too small, that I was too slow, but I continued to work towards my goal. And despite having offers from several Division I AA offers, I chose and ultimately decided to come to Tuskegee, to a school where, again, where my parents attended, and what I thought was the best fit for me to follow my dream of being a college athlete. And I worked hard, both as an athlete and as a student. But as I set my goals in my academic and athletic career, I also set my goals for my professional career, and this is what I want y'all to listen to. I started interning with my company, Alabama Power Company, when I was 17 years old. I started working with them the summer before I got to Tuskegee. And again, I work for that company today. During the summer, I would go to work, get off work, exercise, then train, still focusing on what it's going to take for me to build my career. Because I don't know about you, but when I got to Tuskegee, I looked at it differently. Yeah, I love football, but I never came to Tuskegee to think about going to the pros. I went to Tuskegee trying to say, okay, how can I use football to finance my education? And as I continued to build my career, I found that many of the skills that I developed on the field and as a student athlete are the same skills required for excellence in your professional career. So I just want to share with you 6 or 7 quick things that I think will help you as you're doing this, as you're going and embarking upon your professional career. My offensive coordinator at Tuskegee, who's also the running back coach, used to tell us every Friday that the hay is in the barn. And basically he would tell us that because he was letting us know there's nothing you can do now. If you got to do something Friday night before the game, you done already lost. But he would always tell us you prepare for war in the time of peace.
Yes.
And so that's the first step I would say in keys to success is the preparation and setting your goals. Once you have dreams, successful people always set goals to prepare for their future. Dr. Benjamin Mays, the former president of Morehouse College, once said that the tragedy is not in failing to reach your goals. The tragedy is in failing to have any goals to reach. You need to start setting goals now for your professional career. Without setting goals as an athlete, you wouldn't even be sitting here today and having accomplished what you have. The same goes for your professional career, so set those goals beyond the sports arena. Michelangelo, we all read about Michelangelo. Michelangelo once said that the greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that our aim is too low and we reach it. So we got to set high goals for ourselves. Second thing is, again, going back to sports, you got to be disciplined and you got to work hard. Once those goals have been set, you must remain disciplined and work hard to achieve those goals. You got to go to work, and you got to go to work every day. Michael Jordan has been, I'm caught up, man. Prince, Michael Jackson, that's been in my era. But Michael Jordan was known to have said, y'all listen up right quick. Michael Jordan, we know, is the greatest basketball player probably of all time. And he always would say that the will to win means nothing unless you have the will to prepare. And for those of y'all, all of y'all here that are in sports, you know that the people who produce are the ones that play. Now, if you just are okay with just being on the team and getting a jersey, just keep doing what you're doing. But those that produce are the ones that play. Those that produce are the ones that's going to be getting awards tonight. You got to demonstrate results. The third thing I would say that's going to make you successful is the choices that you make. My senior year at Tuskegee, we had to read a book called Control Your Own Destiny or Someone Else Will. And it dealt specifically with choices that we make. How many of y'all play cards in here? Spades, whiz, whatever. All right? So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this before we get to, hey, wait a minute, listen up. Listen up. When you're playing cards, does it matter the hand that you have? It's important now, don't get me wrong. But I will submit to you that just like in playing cards, life does not consist in holding good cards, but in playing the cards that you have extremely well. I mean, most of you are probably 19, 20, 21 years old, and I know you got a lot going on in school and athletics. You probably think, you got all these pressures on you. But I will tell you, 20 years from now, you look back on, this is going to be the best time of your life. And I will tell you that right now, you really, at the end of the day, only have two choices. You only have two choices in life right now. And the first choice you have is that you can work hard now and enjoy life later, or you can enjoy life now and work hard later. One of the two are going to happen. So I think that those are the two choices that you have right now. Fourth thing, a key to being successful, is maintaining a positive attitude and having great interpersonal skills. You got to choose your attitude to be positive. And I'm sure many of you have witnessed this, on the teams that you're working on or playing on. And the same goes for the corporate world. Teamwork is absolutely essential in your success professionally. The fifth thing is character and integrity. I cannot say that enough. Character and integrity. I tell my employees all the time that your reputation is your resume. Many of you have probably heard the old saying, it's not what you know and who you know. And that's true to a certain extent. But I will tell you more important than that is who knows you and how they know you. Who knows you and how they know you. I employ several Tuskegee graduates, full-time, interns, and I can call, for many of you that are business majors, any Tuskegee business major, if I get their resume, the first person I call is Dr. Upchurch. And I say, Dr. Upchurch, talk to me about this student. Does he come to class on time? Does she do this, or whatever the case might be? And I'm going based on what Dr. Upchurch tells me. So you got to maintain and understand that the character that you present, the integrity that you demonstrate is absolutely important. Shakespeare once said that he that steals my purse steals trash, but he that steals my good name steals all. So you got to make sure that you're maintaining that character integrity with all costs. You got to remain flexible and be willing to change. Change is going to happen. Change is going to happen, and you got to be able to understand and accept that change. And especially whether you're on a ball field or in your career, you got to be flexible and deal with the changes that come about. Not too much longer here. The last thing that I'll share with you that successful people do, and y'all really need to listen up, is you got to give back. You got to give back. All successful people always give back to those that have helped them, those that are coming after them, and to the communities in which they serve. We all know that to whom much is given, much is required, but there's a cost for your success. Somebody paid a price for you to be here, whether that's a parent, a grandparent, my uncle who's here. Someone paid a cost for your success. Our great and illustrious founder, Booker T. Washington, once said that there are two ways that a man can exert his strength. One is by pushing down, and the other by pulling up. So as you're transitioning and getting into your career lives, give back. Give back to Tuskegee. Give back to the communities in which you grew up, because there's somebody there depending on you. So, as I begin to close here shortly, I want you to think about competition. And you all compete every day in the meets and practices. Everybody's competing for their starting position. But think about this. Think about when you first started picking up the basketball, the football, that little league, baseball team, whatever the case might be. Think about how many kids were on that Pee Wee or Little League team. Then you got to high school, and the pool got smaller. You got fortunate enough to get a scholarship to college. How many folks that you played ball with growing up in high school didn't get a scholarship to any university? So if you already done some things to get you to the next level, you've done what it takes to stand out above the rest, you made the team, you got the scholarships, but the same goes for your career. The same goes for your career. Now, I'm not here for those of you that aspire to go to the next level, that's great. But, the Black College, and I'll say this because we go to one. One thing about our faculty, our staff, our coach, I would say that they have been really, really honest and very candid with us. And our head coach, God rest his soul, Big Jim Martin, told one of the players on our team one time, son, your chances of going to the moon are greater than you going pro. That's what he told me. Your chances of going to the moon are greater than you going pro. And oddly enough, on my team, there was a guy that played wide receiver there. He was a double major aerospace engineer in physics. He hasn't made it to the moon, but he works for NASA, right now. So, he's waiting on his way. So there's life after the sports. But I will tell you that whatever it is that you want to do for the remainder of your time here in Tuskegee or in your career, it is truly up to you. So as I close, I want to let you all know that there was an older gentleman, an old wise man that lived in a neighborhood in a very rural location at an off-site island somewhere in a desolate place. And this old man would sit under a tree every day, and this wise man would come up with riddles that nobody in the town or this community could solve. And so the deal was in this little area that kids would run up to the wise man, he would share a riddle with them, and the kids could never guess the answer to the riddle. So the kids would get really frustrated, so they all got together and they said that they wanted to come up with a riddle to give to the wise man that he couldn't solve. So the kids got together and they all came up with different type of riddles, and then finally this one kid said, I got it. I got the perfect riddle that the wise man won't be able to solve. So he told the other young kids, he said, I'm going to put a baby bird in my hand, just like this. And I'm going to go up to the wise man, and I'm going to ask the wise man to tell me if this baby bird is alive or is the baby bird dead. And if the wise man says that the baby bird is alive, I'm going to squeeze my hands together and kill the bird. If the wise man tells me that the baby bird is dead, I'm going to open my hands up and let the bird fly away. So all the kids thought that regardless of what the wise man's response was, they would do just the opposite, and he would never guess the riddle. So the kids were all excited, thought that they had the perfect riddle that this wise man would not be able to solve. So they found the wise man under the tree like he always was, and they said, wise man, we have a riddle for you that we know you're not going to solve. I have a baby bird in my hand, and I want you to tell me if that baby bird is alive or is that baby bird dead. And the wise man, being a wise man, took his time, was very patient, and he looked up at the little boy and said, son, the answer to your riddle lies in your hands. So I will submit to you, Tuskegee student athletes, that the answer to your riddles of life all lie in your hands. Thank you so much.
Come on, give it up one more time. Wonderful words of wisdom from one of our very own. And it is in your hands. And now we're moving very rapidly and very quickly as we are about to highlight our award winners, student athletes. Tuskegee University competes in sports in 3 different seasons. We compete in the fall, winter, and the spring. And we will start with our fall sports. So be attentive, here we go with our awards. Fall awards. Cross country men, coached by Mr. Edward Colvin, head coach. Our MVP is Maurice McGee. country. Men's most improved, David Dixon. Cross country, unsung hero, Keenan Brown. Cross country, women's, also coached by Mr. Edward Colvin. MVP, Jade Finch. Women's cross country, most improved, Evelyn Williams. Women's cross country, unsung hero, Wamika Kemp. Another hand for our cross-country men and women, coached by Albert Colvin, head coach. And now, continuing in our fall sports, football, coached by Mr. Willie Slater, head football coach. Tiger of the Year, Desmond Reese. Ultimate team player, Darryl George. I'm going to need a little help on the next one. Just after this recipient receives his fabulous awards. The next player, whenever he would go in or he thought the team was down, he wanted the band or the crowd to sing this. Sing with me. Da 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 da. Dennis Norfleet, newcomer of the year. Is he here? Is he here? Is he here? Offensive lineman of the year, Vincent Williams. Defensive lineman of the year, Julian Morgan. Williams. Defensive Player of the Year, Joel Radcliffe. Offensive Player of the Year is Dennis Norfleet. It seems he's not here this evening. And now, remaining in football, the Tuskegee University 2015 All-SIAC Awards. First Team Offense, All-SIAC, Leeward Brown. First Team Defense, All-SIAC, Joel Radcliffe. First Team Defense, All-SIAC, Jonah McCutcheon. Once again, First Team Special Teams, All-SIAC, Dennis Norfleet. Second Team Defense, All-SIAC, Julian Morgan. Second Team Defense, All-SIAC, Darryl George. Second Team Defense, All-SIAC, Michael Robinson. Second Team Offense, All-SIAC, Dennis Norfleet. Second Team Offense, All-SIAC, Vincent Williams. Second Team Offense, All-SIAC, Marquel Gardner. College All-American, Jewel Radcliffe. Black College All-American, Jonah McCutcheon. Black College All-America, Leeward Brown. Second team, Cosida Academic All-American, Jason Ashley. And now let us move to the great game of volleyball. Volleyball at Tuskegee University is coached by Miss Melissa Robinson, head coach. MVP, Pamela Allen. The Go Hard Award, Zaria Radford. Heart of a Champion Award, Jacqueline Wilson. Tiny Lassiter Coaches Award, Jemiah Rita Nixon. Most Improved, Angelique Watson. Volleyball All-Conference Awards, First Team, Pamela Allen. Second Team All-Conference, Jemiah Rita Nixon. NCAA Statistical Leader, Janae Graham, winner of the Leader in Service Aces. Moving now to the winter sports. The winter sports, men's basketball, coached by Mr. Jerry Dunn, head basketball coach. MVP, James Eads. Garnering the Captain's Award this year, Camden Foster. Most improved, Elijah McMillan. Recipient of the Coaches Award, Kevin May Jr. And anchoring the heart of a champion, Joel Norridin. Women's basketball. Women's basketball is coached by Ms. Quasey Timmons, head coach. MVP, Rachel Brownlee. Heart of a Champion Award, Hallie Bentley. And Captain Award, Jesslyn Mahone. Ladies and gentlemen, women's basketball. Now, moving to spring sports. Spring sports. Baseball. Baseball at Tuskegee University is coached by Mr. Montressa Kirby, head coach. MVP, Trey Nelson. Newcomer Award, Jalen Luter. Defensive Player of the Year, Evan Curse. Offensive Player of the Year, Ricky Green. Pitcher of the Year, Trey Nelson. Continuing within spring sports, softball. Softball, also coached by Mr. Edward Colvin and head coach. MVP, Kaylin Finch. Unsung hero, Haley Plateau. Defensive Player of the Year, Shante Warner. Offensive Player of the Year, Sharday Thomas. Pitcher of the Year, Kaylin Finch. Continuing within spring sports, now men's tennis. Men's tennis. Mr. Ernest Grant is the head tennis coach at Tuskegee University. Most improved, hardest worker, Jalen Law. Most consistent, O'Shane Trail. Iron Man Award, Brandon Sewell. Women's tennis, also coached by Mr. Ernest Grant. Most improved, Novella Paul. Novella Paul. Captain and most inspirational, Kimberly Bowen. Iron Woman Award, Monica Thomas. Still within spring sports, men's track and field, coached by Mr. Keith Higdon, head coach. Tiger of the Year, Frederick Higgins. Newcomer of the Year, Vincent Williams. Athlete of the Year, Gregory Coleman. Women's track and field, also coached by Mr. Keith Higdon, head coach. Tiger of the Year, Evelyn Williams. Newcomer of the Year, Erica Fisher. The next award was so nice we had to do it twice. Co-Athletes of the Year, Brianna Allen and Ariel Truitt. Ladies and gentlemen, men's and women's track and field. Now, our athletic awards. Cheerleading. Cheerleading squad is under the direction of Miss Eldelia Lund, advisor. Most valuable cheerleader. Michaela Clark. Tiger Award, Sydney Walton. Sportsmanship Award, Leandria Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, cheerleading. Next, sports medicine. Mrs. LaJoy Page, head athletic trainer. When your name is called, please come. Sherilyn Brown. Kamaria Robinson. And Renee Miller. And now moving to our special awards on the programming. These awards are given by the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, Miss Savitri Reed Miles. Softball and cross country, Shantae Warner. Men's cross country and track and field, Mikhail Smith. Not yet. We got two more. I got it. Baseball, Alex Henderson. Football, Travis Hawkins. Those awards are given by the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Ms. Sarita Reed-Miles presiding. Our next special awards are Scholar Athletes, presented by Dr. Joe Janae. Men's cross country, David Dixon. Women's cross country, Brianna Davis. Football, Tyrese McLean. Volleyball, Angelique Watson. Men's basketball, Joel Norridin. Women's basketball, Rachel Brownlee. Baseball, Christian Marshall. Softball, Adrian Eady. Men's tennis, O'Shane Trail. Women's tennis, Monica Thomas. Men's track and field, Frederick Higgins. Women's track and field, Sasha Bowen. Competing the Scholar Athlete Awards is cheerleader Courtney Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, the next awards are for our seniors. The seniors are the athletes that have been with the organization or the group the longest. They have taught the newcomers what to do, and the pride and the tradition of Tuskegee University. Senior Athletic Awards. Cross Country Men's, Greg Coleman. Nicole Smith. Cross Country Women Seniors, Jade Finch, Shantae Warner, and Evelyn Williams. Senior Athlete Awards Football, Jason Ackley, Ashley. Anderson Bob Baber. Tyree Brooks. Marquell Gardner. Jarek Gee. Travis Hawkins. Nathaniel Johnson. Derek James. Kimio Lawrence. Corey Mungo. Cameron Nash. Dennis Norfleet. Jewel Ratliff. James Reeves. Michael Robinson. Terrence Webb. Continuing our senior awards for basketball, men's basketball, Camden Foster. Kevin May. And senior James Lazan. Senior Awards Women's Basketball, Vanessa Ekra. Senior Chelsea Azor. Senior Hallie Bentley. Demetrius Neely. Now senior baseball, John Bryant. Christopher Emerson. Alexander Henderson. Kenneth Johnson. Miles Martin. Continuing baseball, Stanley Smith. Softball seniors, Morgan Burrell. Angel Crawford. Corey Driver. Adrian Eby. Hallie Plateau. Senior Kenya Smith. Shante Warner. Shamaya Wright. Senior Tennis Awards, Men Tennis. Michael Graham. Joseph Massam. O'Shane Trail. Women's Tennis, Kimberly Bowen. Nabila Paul. Track and field seniors, track and field men, Greg Coleman. Derwin Foreman.
You're having a great deal.
Anthony Michael Harris. Frederick Higgins. McCall Smith. Track and field women, seniors, Vanessa Akra. Ariel Truitt. Evelyn Williams. Next, our senior awards, cheerleading. Sydney Walton. Sports medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our senior awards. How about a hand for our seniors? Come on, they've been here a while. They'll be watching you next year. And now, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, I would like to run through very quickly some people who never get a lot of limelight, but they are so important. Our assistant coaches and student personnel. Football, Keith Higdon, Kevin Powell, Joseph Carter, Miles Robinson, Matressa Kirby, Craig Agee, Ramon Nickerson, Forrest Jackson, David Lunn, Sheriff Andre Brunson. Men's basketball, Michael Strickland. Men's baseball, Reginald Hollis. Softball, Latifah Kelly. Track and field, John Lindo. Also, I need you to clap on this one. All of the wives and husbands of all of the coaches. They do a great job getting these guys come to work with you guys. Our athletic support personnel to include Senior Women's Administrator and Director of Compliance, Ms. Dee Persons. Academic advisors, Dwayna Butler and Nicholas Brown. Give it up for your Sports Information Director, SID, Mr. Travis Jerome. How about Voice of the TU Athletics, Mr. Paul Carney. And your Tuskegee University Police Department and staff as they travel with the teams everywhere, basically. Your event coordinator, assistant to the Director of Athletics, Ms. Patricia Benson. Give her a hand. And I think I saw Mr. Warren Duncan in here, and we're like, if he's here, clap for the band who has supported the athletics as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, moving quickly, we are now going to hear words from our athletic director, AD. Please welcome Mr. Campbell.
Thank you. What a wonderful evening. You know, our student athletes look so nice when they're all dressed up, the young men and young women. Give yourself a round of applause for looking good tonight. I would like for the banquet committee just to stand up real quick. The folks that put the banquet together, ordered the awards, got everything, all the meal. Stand up, please, real quick. Thank you very much. Job well done. Thank you. Mr. Porter, we have an award for you. We have a gift for you. Where's the gift at? Come on up. Last year I forgot this, and so I wanted to make sure I got it out the way. Oh, we got something special for you.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Thank you very much for your words of wisdom. They were really good.
I know you're trying to tell me I can't fit, man.
I'd like to thank Dr. Johnson for being here, as always. The coaches and the student athletes, we had a wonderful year. And also, just to say a few words, you know, our football team this year, as folks know, they had an outstanding season. They went to the third round of the NCAA Division II playoffs. First time in history. And our football team did not win the conference championship, They did not win the regional championship, but they still had a history-making season. And in recognition of their history-making season, each player and each coach is going to get an award acknowledging the history-making season in Tuskegee football. Again, I won't keep you any longer. Thank you very much for coming. Get home safely. Have a good night.